Nothing's perfect, right? You can't guarantee nothing, right? I feel like committed relationships, any committed relationship, it's an investment. It's an investment. If you committed to actually being with a person, you're investing your time, your resources, right? Your emotions. You're vested,
Right.
and that's how you get the equity out of it, though. Because you ain't gonna sit here and build something up and then don't get something out of it, right? What are you building? You're not just in it just to, y'all ain't just sliding, so you building something. And I hate to say it, though, that
Sometimes you buy the wrong house.
sometimes you do, right? And you get in that thing and realize
This house
it's more
haunted.
problems than that. This house haunted. This thing spooky.
This thing.
You know what I'm saying?
But guess what you could do? Sell it.
Welcome. This is Relationships 101 Podcast. I'm your host, Sylvester Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, his better half, Jasmeka Wilson.
Yes, Lord. Come on now.
Let's have fun today. What we talking about?
We're talking about renting versus owning. Yeah.
As far as what?
No, this ain't slavery.
Okay.
And this ain't a real estate course, but we are comparing the people who like to, what I call renting, right? They out here dating, but they not dating for a commitment. They just out here.
Just out here.
So those are the people that's just renting to bone.
Oh.
Versus the people who are renting to own. You got people out here that really want committed relationships. And they going through that dating pool, no matter how green and
it's pissy.
And pissy it get.
I heard it's pissy.
Right? And they trying to find something that wanna connect to and build something together. So that water get a little murky out there. That's what I heard.
I was speaking to one of my family members. I was like, listen, ain't nothing out here but chicken wings and clubs. In this little dating world. Going on and make it work with baby mama.
Do something.
Settle it. Get it together. Because ain't nothing out here but chicken wings.
Build something, man. Build something. That's all they doing. I mean,
But why do you think people are afraid of? I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No. You good. I think that nowadays, though, the way society is set up, it's kind of like through the music, through the media, through the everything that has influence. It's like basically like telling people that it's better to be renting.
When you said that, I heard that song. I want that. I want that.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. Because guess what? And that's what people doing. You even got chicks out here who think that they pimps. You know what I'm saying? And you got them. Well, we talked about it before. Like you got females out here on dating apps that's just dating. They just on the dating app just to get somebody to take them out, and they recycling that every weekend just to have a dude to take them out. They on the dating app. They not there for commitment. They not there trying to find. They not dating to marry or dating to commit. You know what I'm saying? They just out here dating and get whatever they can get.
So how can somebody who's dating intentionally for marriage know that they're up against somebody that's just dating to rent or smash? Because I think that kind of eliminate people from the dating game because they just keep getting these same type of people that's just out here to rent.
I think you got to be intentional. When you're intentional about what you want,
say it up front,
then you're asking particular questions. You know what I'm saying? You move in a certain way. You move in a particular way, and he or she they gonna end up stepping on your toes if they not own what you own. You gonna know that they just
how they moving.
You gonna know they just out here for the streets. They just trying to slide, trying to see what they can get. Because it's like nowadays, it's still like, I call it, it's like a renter's mentality, even in dating. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing that they have to own, right? Because if I own it, just like real estate.
You don't own me.
I don't own you.
This ain't slavery.
It's not.
And I don't own you, but you mine. I don't know how that makes sense.
And I'm yours.
But you mine.
And you mine.
That's all that meant.
So
I guess you do own me.
I mean, but only because you want me to. So, just like real estate though, right? When you own, that means you're in charge of the maintenance, right? Yeah. You got to do the work, make sure the yard cut. You got to make sure, something breaks. You got to be there to make sure it get fixed and buy whatever it needs to get it fixed or hire somebody. Like, people don't want to do that work. People don't want to do that work. It's work. It's work, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like we talked about before, I talk about all the time, is that relationships, committed relationships, right? We said this about marriages most particularly, but it's for any committed relationship because you've already made a decision that I ain't going nowhere, I'm here, right? So y'all gonna run into some bumps and bruises, but guess what? Y'all gonna have to course correct as y'all go, which means it's gonna take work. Go ahead and buy your Band-Aids and your witch hazel and your, you know what I'm saying? Because
but do you think
we're fixing some stuff along the way. Go ahead.
Right. Do you think married people are making people afraid of coming into a committed relationship because they hearing the horror stories and they seeing a lot of work? Because yes, marriage is work, but
marriage is work.
It's not that. But it's not
marriage
like,
is work, but marriage is work.
Right, but it's not to the point where it's life or death. I'ma kill you, and it's hard, and this is a lot. It's just dying of self daily, what we're supposed to do anyway.
I mean, nothing's perfect, right? You can't guarantee nothing, right? I feel like committed relationships, any committed relationship, it's an investment. It's an investment. If you committed to actually being with a person, you're investing your time, your resources, right? Your emotions. You're vested.
Right.
And that's how you get the equity out of it, though. Because you ain't gonna sit here and build something up and then don't get something out of it, right? What are you building? You're not just in it just to, y'all ain't just sliding, so you building something. And I hate to say it, though, that
sometimes you buy the wrong house.
Sometimes you do. Right? And you get in that thing and realize
it's
more problems in it. This house haunted. This thing spooky.
This thing.
You know what I'm saying?
But guess what you could do? Sell it.
You can sell it.
Gotta go.
To the highest bidder.
Gotta go.
Quick.
We don't want y'all
Quick
out
claim.
here. Quick claim. Short sale, nigga.
Short sale that thing. Hey, gotta go.
Listen.
Hey, some people just abandon it.
Jump light.
You know what I'm saying?
Foreclose.
Upside down. So
pull the equity out and hit it.
If it's equity, that's what I'm saying. They ain't even staying in it long enough to have equity.
Right.
So when
horror stories you don't want to stay though.
I understand that. So my thing is the reason why you building equity, and what I call building equity is you're building trust. You're building, you know what I'm saying, with commitment. You're building even y'all investing together, right? Real estate. Y'all building portfolios together. Y'all investing in y'all got things that are actually tangible that y'all building together aside from just a family, right? Because I hate to say it, but in our community, we tend to think that just because you building a family, you know what I'm saying? Like just because y'all built a family that's enough. Right. It's not enough. Them kids ain't enough. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. God bless them. It's a blessing, definitely.
But it's more.
It's more.
For your namesake.
Because they're an investment as well, right? But then, even more so than them, y'all as a couple should be investing, right? Together, right? In each other and together. So that, let's say, God forbid, it goes wrong, right? After X amount of years. As long as y'all been building, at least y'all get to say, hey, that's yours, this mine.
Draw a line in the sand.
Let it go.
Okay.
and y'all got something to walk away with. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to the only thing y'all got to split up when it go bad is what? The kids.
You get them on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's all we got? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, nah, life is more than that, right? More abundantly.
But I think we should encourage the people that are out here trying to own, like trying to be in a committed relationship, and that's what they truly desire. But they keep meeting people that's just in this dating game. Listen, we live in a time where relationships are not really celebrated. It's single, individual, you know, be your best self, your highest self, and get your bag, F a nigga. Like, that's just the time we're living in. So anybody that's trying, I think, going to a committed relationship is fighting against every force that's out there.
They're definitely the minority. If you out there right now and you want a committed relationship, you're looking for commitment, you're definitely a minority. You know what I'm saying? Because society has bought into the me, I, you know what I'm saying, renter's mentality. Just like what we read something about BlackRock, right? BlackRock and a lot of large corporations are like buying up all the real estate.
Y'all, let me tell y'all, BlackRock, and if you out there, I like the name though, just BlackRock. So they are snatching up all this real estate, snatching up the homes, making it where we can't afford to get in the game because they buying them at high prices because they don't care about the return on their investment.
Right.
But that same company is invested in entertainment that's pushing out these images to us, as well as prison systems. So they're creating this path of go have fun, do this, be a renter all your life. But right there, we invested in prison too because we know that's where y'all headed.
Right. That's that renter's mentality. So everything that they can do with their money to make sure that everywhere you look around you, it's celebrating
fun,
single,
excitement,
just, you
I'm
know,
outside.
Everything except commitment. You know what I'm saying? I tell some of my coworkers and friends, like, there's a 5-year rule, right, that you should be looking at when you're looking at when you're talking about, like, you've met somebody. And all right, let's say you met somebody and they telling you that, because when you buy a car, it's a 5-year, but you usually get
they offer
the
5
lease,
or 7.
5 to 7 years, right? So you got people out here that actually, like, if that person got a car, bought a car, right, had it for 3 years, and then took it back and got, just so they can get a new car, right? Listen,
they carry the
that's a red flag. Why? Because that speaks about that person's level of commitment, ability to commit, right? Because after 5 years, let's say anybody that has a car and you done had it for 5 years, 9 times out of 10, you're almost, if you ain't paid it off already, you almost done paying that off, right? You've been committed that long, so you almost done paying that off. If you got a person, you dealing with somebody that done had this car for 3 years, right? Or 4 years, and then they went ahead and just bought a new car and traded that one in and just took on a whole new payment, right? They don't care nothing about no commitment. It's like, what are your plans? You got to ask them that. What are your plans? Because that's telling me that you care more about a car, right, than actually putting your money somewhere that actually count. You feel me?
A look, an image.
A lot of people, feeling. And a lot of us is what? We grown. You got women out here that have children, they're single moms, and they looking for some commitment. Now, what you look like hooking up with a dude that care more about a car, right? And he ain't got enough money to help you out at all because he kept a car for 3 years and then went and traded it in so he can get a SRT or, you know what I'm saying? Like a scat mobile. Like, come on, bro. Where your priorities at? So then stuff like that, just that type of questioning right there, the simple stuff, you can realize right off bat during that date that this dude ain't for me. Because his focus, his priorities is off. Like, we got to, or female. It may even be a female. And you know that she ain't for you, bro. Like, go ahead, let her keep sliding.
What's the benefits of them owning?
When you own something, you building equity. I'm gonna say you building it. You building something that you can actually be able to pull out of at some point, right? You able to get something back from that. Nowadays, y'all ain't staying with each other long enough. You're not willing to do that work. And when I say work, any committed relationship, it's gonna do more work on you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the work. We ain't talk about you working on somebody else, on that other person. No, that committed relationship is gonna challenge you to become a better you. It's going to. All that me, I, crap, that junk gonna have to shed off, or you're not gonna survive it. And that's happening to both of us, not just one of us. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't easy. People run away from that. I like to say that if we got them friends, right? That every time they break up with somebody, they always talking about how it was that person's fault. So it's always that person's fault? If you got a friend that is always that other person's fault, come on now.
No accountability.
No accountability. Because what happens is that relationship was challenging you to become a better you. And you did not want to accept the challenge. Now, I admit, some people now, if you get to that point, you just realize this person I'm with, I don't feel like that's worth me doing that work with them. I can respect that, even though it's still all about you, though. It's still supposed to be all about you. God could be using that person to just make you level up yourself, right? With accountability so that he can have you ready for the real one that's coming after that. But the more you back away from that challenge, the longer you going to be waiting for the one that you actually been praying for.
Okay. So you're looking at the longevity when you speak to the benefits of, I don't want to title it owning, because some people could take that term and just...
But it's just it's an owner's
use
mentality.
That thing crazy.
I'm just speaking mentalities here. Owner mentality versus renter mentality. Because like we're talking about with BlackRock, the future BlackRock and these big companies have, the vision they have for society coming up in the near future is that the majority are renters. You understand what I'm saying? If you ain't done got some property that you done locked down yourself, you're going to be locked out of it.
Right.
And they're going to own everything, and you have no choice but to rent. Your children have no choice but to rent. Rent is temporary. It's a temporary thing. Yeah, it can be very, what do you do with fast food? Convenient. Right? It can be very convenient.
Sir, my toilet not flushing. My lights don't work.
Exactly.
There's a leak. So.
Ooh. Now you see how you get to being a renter, you get to pass that thing off to somebody else, huh?
That. Like, right? Girl, you too much.
Yeah.
I'm about to go meet Sarah.
You get to pass it off.
This happen real quick.
Passing that accountability off.
Yeah.
And keep passing it off and keep passing it off because it's convenient. But when you gonna grow up? When you gonna pick somebody and say, I'm gonna commit to this relationship so that you can grow? Regardless of what's happening with the other person, that thing is growing you. That's how it's designed. Stop running away from it, man.
Relationships matter.
And they do.
Relationships matter.
And they do. We talk about the, I, me. It starts with you. It starts with you. You better have you right. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with you. The worst thing you can do is run from one relationship to the next. And then to another one. And then to another one. And then to another one. And you never healed from the last one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you basically a squatter. You squatting, bro. Like, them people come and kick you up out of there. Like, you squatting. Take time to date yourself, to be with yourself, to learn more about yourself. And it'll be easier to have that accountability when you do get with somebody that's going to challenge you. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier because you spent enough time with yourself to know yourself. And before somebody else can check you, I'm a firm believer that ain't nobody got to check you if you check yourself first.
I want to ask you a personal question. Did you ever get personal?
Get personal, baby.
Get real.
Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
Did you ever go through a season where you were renting?
Oh yeah,
Where
definitely.
you were dating?
Heck yeah. Been out there in them streets.
What was that like for you?
It was time of my life. What you talking about?
How you preaching to the people?
Nah, I just playing. Listen, nah. Oh no, I had fun. But at some point I realized that this is a lonely freaking road. And it's like, how long can I do this? You know what I'm saying?
Lonely in what sense?
Lonely in the sense that I don't own anything, right? Nothing's committed to me, and I'm committed to nobody, right? Nobody's committed to me, I'm committed to nobody. And it's fun, and it's convenient, but, man, that crap lonely. And there's no equity there.
But people don't paint it out to be lonely. They just feel like they got a roster. What the song say? My roster. I'm not musically inclined, but...
Oh, they got a lineup?
Yeah, like they got a line of people. So
yeah.
how is it lonely? That's what I'm trying to...
Because, okay, speaking of equity, like comparing it to equity, when, holidays come up, when you get sick, when real life hit, ain't none of them people committed to step up for you. Ain't none of them people, like, nobody's taking an oath. Nobody has to show up for you. Mm-hmm. None of them. They got what they got, whether it was money, right? Whether it was time, whether it was some advice, some information, a trip, you know what I'm saying? A plate of food, whatever it was, someone to lay their head real quick. And nobody's committed though. They don't have to show up for you when you're going through real life stuff. And you want somebody that's gonna, and that's why what some of these girls, they call them hospice husband.
Oh, I never heard that term.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I did a live about this before. Hospice husband, they call them, because you done ran around and played and been outside all this time, and then you wait till you get old and start breaking down and having health issues and all this, and now you in a hospital in and out, and your blood pressure up, and you taking 20 pills,
don't get a hospice
and now you want to settle down with somebody so they can take care of you. Ooh, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Get somebody else to do it.
It's like, no, you can't do that to people, man. Like, give people, I owe her the very best of me. You know what I'm saying? The very best of health, the very best version, the very best version of me belongs to this woman. How you feel though?
The very best. How you gonna make me go after that? Now I got the very best version.
I'm just yeah.
The very best version of me.
I just reciprocity.
Gotta
be. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want no hospice spouse.
Exactly.
Just leave me be.
No, because guess what?
Leave me be.
If I gave you the best of me, right?
I will serve you if needed. If that happens.
Why and what that is? Because you built up equity in this thing. You ain't just been with me for like 6 months because you knew that you had to go through chemo in 6 months, and you ain't never tell me that you actually was sick or whatever the case is. Like, don't do that to people, man. Stop living your life selfishly. You know what I'm saying? That's selfish. You can't run around here and play like, oh, you think just because you still look good and you still got it, that you still should be out here in these streets. No. Because these streets ain't going to do nothing but damage you. And now you damage goods. Talk about you want to settle down.
Right.
When somebody really just settling for you. Sorry.
Drop the mic.
I'm sorry.
I've never went through a stage of renting. I don't know why, like, God chose me to, like, just drop me off in these.
So you ain't never had no sliders?
I probably went through a very brief little experiment. Brief experience. And it was fun. Like you say, it's fun. Mine was so brief though. Like,
you ain't gotta go into detail.
I'm not gonna go into detail. It just was brief. And like you say, it's fun, but it's nothing. It's just probably got this one for a meal, this one for this one for that. But it's not really healthy because in all of that, all y'all out here sliding.
Right.
In honesty. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you don't know who doing what with who and who did.
No.
I went to the OBGYN this past couple of weeks, and she was like, same partner, you want to do an STD test? And I was just so grateful laying on that lady bed, being able to say, all these years nothing never came back. And she said it too. She was like, nothing never came up. I don't think we need to. And I was like, nah, we don't need to. Some people could say, oh, you foolish. You don't know what that man doing. You don't know how. It was just so refreshing to know that I'm in a relationship. I'm in a partnership where we are denying ourselves to any selfish thought, because there's some new booty out there. Like, yeah,
There's a lot of new booty out there.
Yeah, like some men are probably.
I mean, all of it ain't real, but it's a lot of new booty out there.
Yeah, and I walked away from my OBGYN in tears, just grateful. Like, I'm not experiencing somebody that's just out here, like, just being selfish, because it's selfish. It's selfish. It's really selfish. You could deny, like, turn away. It's selfish.
Yeah, it is. So, what you want to talk about now? Some dating or
conversation? We gotta clarify. So we went to what that thing was called, Mother Hanks.
Mama Hanks.
If you are located in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm area, or you're visiting, Mama Hanks is a place to be.
It's a speakeasy.
It's a place.
I couldn't say that word last time.
She was like, "What's called?" Speak. I was like, "You speak."
It's a speakeasy.
Yeah. You speak.
Little private little door that you go through, and then all of a sudden it's a whole nother freaking like thing going on in there. So, and the food is great. What we had.
And the price was fantastic.
We had
the cornbread with the brisket on top.
Mm-hmm. The grits and lobster.
And a nice cocktail. And our tab was like $80. Definitely an affordable place if financially you want a budget like us.
It's good, yeah.
It's somewhere to go.
It's good. It's a vibe.
So, yeah, we always end our episodes with recommendation because we believe you should date. Because these renting people, they out here turning up. Mm-hmm. So we turn up together.
Sure enough.
Turn up together.
So, I don't know. If I have to leave, I mean, you want to leave them with anything? Final thoughts.
Takeaways. I would say, as a homeowner,
mm-hmm.
as a wife, since we're on renting and owning.
Owning mentality, yes.
It's very beneficial. There's a sense of security in it. And I'm in it for the long haul. And if you're out here renting, which means you just dating, don't settle. Like, don't settle for that house just because when you walked in, the freaking, they had the fabulous tiles, but underneath there was foundation issues. So in it, don't get sidetracked by the looks, the
mm-hmm.
appearance, what it appear to be. Do an inspection. We'll come in on the inspection.
I'm telling you.
We will later offer those consultation services to y'all, but do an inspection so you don't get into the home and realize, sell this tomorrow.
You done move your furniture in and everything.
Mama, I'm coming home. Or you stay in it and you in your room crying. A lot of people in houses they can't afford. I'm praying for y'all on that too. But
ooh, ain't that something?
Yeah, they work for their house.
Child, it costs.
That's heavy.
It costs. That's heavy. Ain't
be free.
Count the
That's
cost.
why we have real conversations with y'all.
But count the cost though. Like you say, some people live in houses they can't afford.
And
now let's translate that to relationships. Some people live in relationships they can't afford.
Toxic.
Take your time. Learn that person, man.
Destroying you.
Ask intentional questions so that you know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying?
Take your time.
Count the costs.
And bring in trusted individuals. If I trust you with me, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
When y'all get into that sneaking stuff, that's when y'all know, like, it might don't be right, but I'm gonna take the risk. And if you do take that risk, that cost is on you.
It's on you.
Don't burden nobody else. When it's time to leave, it's on you.
It's on you, baby. So my closing remarks, I actually wrote them down because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get better at this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get professional. So, closing remarks.
Be you, babe. Have fun. We here to have fun.
So, while renting may provide flexibility, committed relationships offer a wide array of advantages that extend beyond just having a place to squat. The opportunity to build trust, stable finances, because 2 is better than 1, right? Tax benefits, right? And the freedom to customize your very own romance. Customize your very own relationship because you learning that person. Every relationship is custom, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't no cookie cutter. Make no sense to try to be like nobody else relationship. Learn that person as that person learn you, and it's gonna be custom made, right? Last thing I want to say is that making a committed relationship is an attractive long-term investment. Yeah, they pay off, y'all. They pay off.
Speaking of payoff, I know we said we were done. I'm so sorry, but
speaking
real life. No, just some people say that they're not ready to go into committed relationships because financially they're not ready. So they let their finances dictate how they move or if they become committed. Mm-hmm. Share our honest story. You had a job, I didn't. And you stepped out on faith and was like,
I had a part-time job.
A part-time job.
You know what I'm talking about?
You got me with a part-time
30 hours.
Yeah.
30 hours.
But you didn't let that stop you.
No.
And I think people
and you ain't let.
No, I saw potential, and I felt like I don't have this thing where the man should be the only breadwinner. Like if it works for you, it works for you. But for me, I'm like, I'm his helpmate. Like, I'm going to come in and we going to work this and he going to increase. We going to level up. Like, I didn't see it as go get the bacon, bring it home to cook. No, I'm going to help you catch the pig or whatever we need to do.
Exactly.
So,
even though for that first 5 years, what that meant was you continue your education, right? Mm-hmm. While I go ahead and do these little 30 hours, and we, with a lot of prayer,
we made it.
We got it done. You know what I'm saying? We got it done, baby. Ugh.
Don't let finances stop y'all. If y'all with somebody that believe in y'all, they don't care if y'all doing 25 hours a week. They gonna help you try to figure it out. But if you with somebody with these modern day things, they gonna let you know, nah, you gotta make. It was one TikTok I was watching. It was like, how much your spouse need to make a year for you to feel like they got money or some foolishness. The girl was like, what did she say? I think she said 30K, just something so stupid. I'm like, girl, you don't even know numbers. So a lot of people want the man to make the money but don't know what to do with the money, nor do they understand money. So it's just
don't have no plan for the money. No type of vision for the money. So that's why you don't get the money. Don't
let your money, your resources stop you, because you'll never get further along by yourself. You'll get further with somebody else, though. Right. It's going to take you longer to go get the bag that you're trying to get before you say I do. Whereas if you bought that partner on who's committed and believe in you and willing to go through whatever with you, y'all going to get to the bag quicker. We ain't all the way to the bag we want, but we midway there together.
We getting there.
So that's my takeaway. I don't want to rent.
I don't want to rent.
I never want to rent a day in my life.
I need the equity.
I need the appreciation.
I need appreciation. Girl, you throwing them terms like that around like that like that.
Like that. Like that.
I like that. So, this has been another episode.
Another conversation. We just want to come and have real life conversations, because everybody trying to figure out how to make this relationship thing work. And it's not easy. It's easy once you master it, but when you in that process of trying to make it work, it ain't easy.
And so when you say master it, I'ma say when you master you, because it's all about you. It's two people, but it's all about you. That fight is always with you. Even if you're fighting with that other person, that fight is always with you. And that self-work, like, let's handle that first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Let's grow.
Let's grow. Peace.
101.